Okay, hi guys, happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to another exciting live session with me, Dr. Ray. Okay, so today's topic of mindset with Dr. Ray is about the 10 fundamental truths about life. So first of all, I just want to say welcome, guys. To this live event that we do every Sunday. I don't really know the specific time. I kind of see like juggling between work and classes and my kids. So whichever time I have in, on Sunday, I kind of just like come and, do some mindset training for our students because, part of our vision or part of our mission here, we want to do two things for our students. So number one, we kind of want to help our students to have, better English. So these sort of videos kind of help them to improve their listening skills, their vocabularies as well. And also at the same time, we want to make sure that we help our students to have great mindset. Because I believe that if you have these two things with really great mindset and really good attitude as a student, um, you know, you can actually achieve a lot more in life, and that's part of our mission, whereby we want to help our students to achieve more in their life and live a life that is full of joy and love and optimism in their life. So that's why we created this mindset training with Dr. A. So with that, welcome everyone, and I'm so excited to have you guys here. Thank you so much for being here. I know that there's not a lot of people watching yet, but I do know that some people are going to watch this at the end or later at night or maybe tomorrow morning. So whatever time you guys are watching this, I just want to say to you guys that how much I appreciate you guys for watching this, taking the time out of your busy schedule to not just improve your English, but to improve your mindset. Okay. So today's topic is going to be about 10 fundamental truths about life. Sometimes in life, um, we are faced with so many different kinds of challenges บางครั้งในชีวิตพวกเรามีความทักทายเยอะมากในชีวิตพวกเรา we have so many different kind of challenges in our life, and some of that we have, part of it are our responsibilities, especially for the kunme and the kumpo, the parents out there, our responsibility as a parent, and for our students, our responsibility as a student, and some of us, our responsibility as a son or a daughter, and our responsibility as a husband and wife. Sometimes we have so much responsibilities in life that sometimes, we have so much challenges พวกเรามีความตักทายเยอะมากในชีวิตพวกเรา and sometimes we tend to forget why we were sent to this world. Okay, this is not a religious class, this is not like finding purpose or mindset kind of class, but this is just a class, this is just a training to remind ourselves that sometimes, in our pursuit to achieving our goals, in our pursuit of finding more money, in our pursuit of creating meaningful relationship with our spouses, with our children, sometimes we tend to get lost in the routine, we tend to get lost in in our daily tasks. My mentor always say, like, don't get lost in the motion, because sometimes in life that's what we do, isn't it? Like, we go through the motion, and one of the reasons why we go through the motion is because sometimes, like I said, a lot of challenges, a lot of responsibilities. So today's class is going to be all about that. It's about reminding ourselves again, like, why were we put on this earth? Why did we come here in the first place? What for? To experience what? To achieve what? And what are some of theความจริง, the truth that we have about our life? Okay, so this is something that I learned from my mentor. So I thought that I wanted to take this time to share with my students as well. So for those of you who are watching this either on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, or even my own Facebook page, so I do know that I got some friends watching this, I got some students watching this. I know my mom's watching this, my brothers are watching this, my families are watching this. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and let's get started. Okay, so today's topic is about 10 fundamental truths about life. So let me kind of put up the screen here for you guys. So today I decided to prepare like a PowerPoint because I love PowerPoints. So the outcome for this class today is that I really want you guys to kind of know how to increase your standard of living, because sometimes in life, we tend to put a lot of other people first, or sometimes we tend to be a little bit selfish on what we want. So today's class is all about how do we find that middle ground? How do we make sure that we are not that selfish, but at the same time, we're not, giving away too much up until, we don't even focus on ourselves. So how do we find that middle ground between thinking about ourselves and thinking about other people? Okay. So I hope that today's 10 topics are able to help you guys as much as it has helped me in my life, and as much as it has helped our 40,000 students that we've taught here in Thailand. Okay, so I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. So let's go. Let's get ready. So the number one fundamental truth of life, which can change our life, is number one: great success is often preceded by failure. Success success often comes after failure. That's what it is, right? So let me kind of use ภาษาไทย a little bit, okay? So วันนี้นะครับดร.จะแชร์เกี่ยวกับ 10 ความจริงเกี่ยวกับวิธีการจะเปลี่ยนชีวิตพวกเรา or ว่า fundamental. I'm not sure what's fundamental ภาษาไทย. So I Google translated. You guys can see it. So we have that. Okay. So the number one fundamental truth that can really change our life is to understand that, all of the success in the world often comes after failing something. So why is this at number one? It's because sometimes in life we have a lot of challenges. บางครั้งปกติในชีวิตพวกเรามีความตักทายในชีวิตพวกเรา We have our challenges in our life. Some of our friends are going through depression. Some of our friends are going, through family problems. Some of our friends are struggling with their study, and some of our friends are struggling with, so many kinds of addiction. And sometimes we don't see that. And I want you guys to really understand that, whatever bad situation that you guys in, either you are depressed, or you are, facing some addiction problem, or you're facing some family problem, or even work problem. I want you guys to understand that that's not who you are. And that's not what your life is about. It's just a part of your life, because sometimes when we have problem, we tend to focus on that problem, and we're so engaged in that problem. We're so into it. We can see it, we can feel it, we can taste it, and we're surrounded by that problem so much until we tend to forget about our biggest mission, our next goal, our really meaningful goal in life. And I want to share this message with you guys, because I know that during these days there's a lot of people who are struggling with mental health, and that sometimes they think that mental health is part of their personality. And I don't believe that. As a person who studies psychology, as a person who learns psychology, I don't believe that you are your emotion. That's not who you are. You're tired, you're depressed, you're sad, you're angry. Those are just feelings. It's just emotion. It's not who you are. The person inside of you are more than that. I know that each and every one of you, you're caring, you're supportive, you're big achievers in your life, and you wanna share all that joy, that love, that hope with so many people around you. But sometimes it's hard to do that when we are stuck in a hole. So I want to share with you guys. I want to share this message with you guys, because oftentimes that in all the hardship, success will come after that. So my neighbor had an accident a few years ago, and I went to go and see him. I was like, is everything okay with you? Is everything okay? So he was like, yeah, but the car crashed. And then he said something amazing that I really love. And he said that, you know what? I don't know what good thing that God's going to give me. And I was like, wow, that's a really amazing mindset to have, right? Because sometimes in life we know that good things are going to come after hardship. And once you understand that is the truth about life. Because if you're a Muslim like me, inside the Quran, Allah said, success comes after hardship. After hardship, there's always ease. After hardship, there's always ease. So it doesn't matter what religion you guys are. I sincerely believe that whatever it is that you're going through right now in life, it's not forever. It's just a part of it. And you will achieve your success. You will achieve your big breakthrough. You will get that sale. You will get that grade that you want. You will get that dream that you want. You will get whatever it is that you want in life, you will get it. But sometimes when you're in the challenge, don't worry so much about it. Trust me, it will be over soon. Okay? All right. So, thank you so much. That's my wife, guys. So by the way, my number one biggest supporter. She's here, by the way. She's like over there. You guys can hear her. She's laughing. So yeah, thank you. All right. Okay. So next, okay. So Dr. Rachel Chai. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to kind of like use Bahasa Thai a little bit. I'm going to teach in a little bit Thai because I know that some of my students are not able to follow 100% on English. So let's go. Okay. So number one. I don't know what's number one in Thai like หนึ่ง okay like ความจริงเกี่ยวกับชีวิตพวกเราความจริงเกี่ยวกับชีวิตแล้วก็เวลาพวกเราได้เข้าใจเกี่ยวกับ10ความจริงเกี่ยวกับชีวิตนี้ใช่ไหมครับได้ช่วยพวกเราแปลชีวิตพวกเราno not แปล sorry เปลี่ยนชีวิตพวกเรา for the better okay so number one that you know ความสำเร็จปกติมาหลังจากความล้มเหลวOkay, so ในชีวิตพวกเรานี้ sometimes พวกเรานี่มีความท้าทายเยอะมาก and sometimes พวกเรา you know ความท้าทายพวกเราเป็นมีปัญหากับครอบครัวมีปัญหากับyou know กับตัวเองสมมติ like โรคซึมเศร้าหรือว่ามีอะไรพวกเราติด maybe สูบบุหรี่ or you know whatever it is that we're having in our life so อะไรทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างพวกเรามีในชีวิตพวกเราใช่ไหมดร.จะต้องการดร.จะแชร์ดร.จะบอก that you know ความท้าทายพวกเรานี้ไม่ใช่ตลอด it's not forever it's just a part of it and I want you guys to really understand like ดร.จะต้องการทุกคน like เข้าใจเกี่ยวกับนี้จริงๆเพราะว่า sometimes บางครั้งเวลาพวกเราอยู่ในสถานการณ์ความท้าทายนี้ใช่ไหมครับพวกเราเริ่มเกี่ยวกับหลังจากนี้จะมีรางวัลสำหรับพวกเราOkay, so I want you guys to really understand that. That's the number one truth. You can ask anybody in the world พวกเราได้ถามทุกคนสำเร็จในทั่วโลกนี้ใช่ไหมครับทุกคนสำเร็จ every successful people in the world will tell you that I fail a lot more times than this big success that I have. Okay, so I want you guys to really understand that because great success is often comes from great failure or preceded by great like follow up okay all right great so that's number one so let's move on into number two so the second thing of the fundamental truth of life which can really change our life which is number two being busy doesn't equal being productive what Dr. Rick is like Banka, you know sometimes in our life we tend to want to do a lot of things so I know that I know high performers out there they have all these apps they have all this you know journal they write it down like okay I got like 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 I got like 6 things I gotta do today 8 things I gotta do today and at the end of the day you know they look so busy they're achieving so much and then when we ask them like so how are you guys on your life like oh man I don't feel like I'm progressing or man I have this dream and you know I've been working so hard for the past 4 years I still can't get in this dream I don't know what's happening because sometimes we tend to what do you call like oh man I don't even know the words we tend to you know salak we tend to switch between productive and being busy so I want you guys to really understand the concept that you know doing more is not productive okay by definition productive means that you know you're producing something on a daily basis producing towards your dreams and your goal and that is something valuable that you have to understand because a lot of people they think that productive is just producing but I say productive is producing something that has to do with your dreams and your goals every day. So what a lot of people tend to do is that they tend to have all this amazing schedule and they're doing so many different things. And at the end of the day, they get burned out and then they're so busy and then we kind of go like, and then they kind of like, oh, you know what? I feel like I'm not moving in life. I feel I'm stuck. So guys, remember, if you kind of go through the through the motion, if you kind of go through, your routine, your ชีวิตประจำวัน you kind of go through that, it means that you are living someone else's dream or schedule. It's not your dream. Yeah, that's right. It's not your dream because at the end of the day, if you're going through all the routines, all the motion, and you kind of feel tired, you're kind of feeling burned out, is because one of the reason is because you're not chasing and you're not producing something for your dream. I'm not telling you guys to quit your job or to stop whatever it is that you're learning to follow your passion. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that make time for things that matter the most to you. Okay, so again, number one, that's the number two thing that is fundamental truth about our life that can really help us change our life. Being busy is not productive. Okay, all right, so let's move on into number two. So number two, number three, the number three fundamental truth about our life that can really change our life is fear is the number one source of regret. So there's this study, there's this study that kind of asks people, at the end of their life, like people are around 70 years old, 80 years old, and these sort of people, they went and they interview เข้าไปสัมภาษณ์คน like 70 years old 70 ปี80 ปีแบบนี้ใช่ไหมครับแล้วก็เข้าไปถามคำถาม we went to go and ask hi Mira we went to go and ask people who are at the end of their life, and usually there's either two answers that we get. Either number one, I've lived a fulfilled life, I've done everything that I could, and number two, I wish. So they had statements like, I wish I had spent more time with my kids, or I wish I had spent all the money that I've kept to experience all this amazing, beautiful world that we have. And some of them, I wish I followed my dream. I wish I did that. So I wish I did this. So what I'm trying to share with you guys here today is that I want you guys to really understand that, sometimes in life, it's not like we don't regret the things that sorry, let me get that back. We don't regret the chances that we miss, but we do regret the things that we didn't do. So sometimes we have opportunities, we have chances, and it's kind of go like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But at the end of life, usually people kind of regret on the things that they don't do and on the dreams that they have, but they never really take action. Okay, so today I want to share with you guys that fear is nothing but just an emotion, and you can find that, and it's easy to do it. So pokati, there are three things. So usually there are three things that people are fearful. So number one, we call it lost fear. So what does it mean by lost fear? Lost fear, it means that is a fear whereby we think that when we change our life, we will lose something. So I'll give a really great example on this. I come from a family who majority smokes. So I have 7 siblings, including me. So 4 of my brothers smokes. The other 2, alhamdulillah, they didn't smoke. My dad smoked. So a lot of us smoke, and I used to smoke too. And I used to be a heavy smoker. But I think about 8 or 9 years ago, I decided that I just wanted to quit. And I found out that a lot of people tried to quit smoking so much time. And I think I really understand like why most people are struggling with quitting smoking, because sometimes smoking is more than just puffing up a cigarette. Smoking sometimes gives you that connection with your friend. And I know a lot of people outside there in the world whereby when they hang out with their friends, they tend to smoke, and that when you don't smoke, you feel left out. Or when you're at a meeting or you're at a business meeting, everybody's smoking outside and they're talking business and you don't smoke. So when people want to quit smoking, they're not afraid of actually losing the cigarette, but they are afraid of losing anything that is connected to the cigarette. You follow? Okay, so what does it mean? It means that sometimes people don't stop doing the thing that they're doing is because they are afraid to lose what that thing is connected to. Okay, all right, I hope you guys follow me that. So that is fear number one, the loss of fear. So whenever you want to quit something, when if let's say you want to do something and you're afraid, I want you guys to ask yourself, like, which fear am I facing? Is it number one, loss of fear? Is it like, if I do this, will I lose something? I want you guys to really think about it. And sometimes, we think that the thing that we're going to lose is a lot, but once you start writing it down, it's like, oh, it's only 2-3 things, and I can replace that with something better, right? So like, number two, the second thing that fear does for us is the second fear is what I like to call process fear. Okay, so what is the process fear? Process fear, or the process of changing, will be kind of too hard on us. So that's number two. A lot of people kind of fear, like, I don't want to do this because the process is just too hard. I'll give you an example. A lot of us, we want to go to the gym and we want to get healthy, we want to get fit, but sometimes we don't do that. Why? Because if I'm gonna exercise, so number one, I gotta get some clothes. I gotta put all those clothes on, and then I gotta make my protein shake, and I gotta drive 10 minutes to the gym. And then when I get to the gym, I got to bring my towel. And then once I'm there, there's going to be a lot of people. I don't like people. And I have to lift all these heavy weights. And I have to, walk on this treadmill for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And, it gets so boring. And then after that, after I use the equipment, I take, the cloth, I have to clean it. And after I clean all those things, and then I have to, shower myself, and I have to come back, and then I have to make dinner for my family. It's like, oh my God, so much process. I don't want to do it. You see? So it's not that people don't want to get fit. It's not that people don't want to get healthy. It's just that sometimes people are afraid of the process that they need to do. Sometimes there's like 100 process in order for you to do something. So that is why my mentor, my teacher always tell me, say, Dr. Ray, it's not about finding motivation to do something, but it's about making the thing that you want to do easier. Because once you start making the things that you want to do easier, you create habits. And once you create habit, and those habit creates routine, those routine creates personality, and personality creates the person that you are. So that's basically how our mind works. So number two fear that we always fear is process fear. Okay. All right. So next, what we have next, number three thing that we are afraid of is what I like to call outcome fear. So what is outcome fear? Outcome fear is, the saying in English, they have the grass is always greener on the other side. But outcome fear is, what if the grass is not greener on the other side? What if this is the greenest grass that I'm ever going to get in my life? And guys, let me share you something. That's not who you are. That's not you who's talking like that. That is what we like to call comfort zone. That's the comfort zone guy talking like that. We don't want to go outside of our comfort zone. We don't want to go outside of our garden. It's because we kind of think like, this is the best thing that we have for me. Yeah, but it's the best so far. Okay, so once you start going through all that, once you start going to the next one, like, keep on going outside of your comfort zone, and you'll find that you can achieve such an amazing things in your life. And whatever challenges that you guys have in your life, I pray and I do that you guys are go through all that, and may God give you ease in everything that you do. Okay. All right. So those are the three fears that we have that is going to stop you from feeling regret. So fear number one, loss fear. Fear number two, process fear. And fear number three, outcome fear. Okay. So these are the three fears that's going to stop you from taking the action that you want. So once you know this fear, you know how to work around it. And once you know how to work around it, then you will have no regrets in your life. Isn't that amazing? You can achieve more. You can do so much more. You can live the life, the dream that you guys want to live. Okay? All right, great. So let's move on into number 4. So the number 4 fundamental truth that will change our life is surround yourself with positive people. And I cannot stress this much. And this is one of the reasons why we created our language and leadership program. So we have this program whereby we put together students for like 6 months with us or for like 1 year with us, and whereby we come, we sit and we make sure that all the teachers, all the students are kind of generating a positive energy and optimistic energy, a happy energy, like very kind of positive emotion that we have, especially a supportive community whereby we create it for our students. Because why? Because we understand that sometimes, to speak English, it's not hard, it's not easy, and to achieve goals, it's not easy. And in this world, a lot of people are willing to tell us no, or medai, or cannot, or tak boleh, or whatever it is. There's a lot of people is going to be outside there is going to tell us, no, you can't do that. But there are very few people in our life that's going to cheer on our dream, that's going to really, support our dream. And these are the kind of people that we want to, surround ourselves with on a daily basis, at least once a week, to meet this sort of people. Because why? Because if we don't have people cheering us on, our journey kind of, feel lonely sometimes. So it's always good to be supported, but what's better? Be the support that you want people to give you. And I think that's one of the best thing that you can have, which is to actually be the person that supports your family, supports your friends, supports your students or your spouse or your children to pursue their dream. Because one thing that I know, if you want the best out of others, you gotta give your best first. เวลาพวกเราจะต้องการสิ่งดีๆมาจากคนอื่นใช่ไหมครับพวกเราต้องให้สิ่งดีพวกเราก่อน all right? You gotta give the best to other people before other people give their best. All right? Okay, so that's number 4. Make sure you surround yourself with people who are positive. Make sure you surround yourself with people who are inspiring. They want to share insight with you. They want to see you grow. They want to see you achieve that dream. And these are the people that you want to spend 80% of your time with. Okay? All right. Okay. So let's move on into number 5. We're halfway through, guys. So number 5 is 5 fundamental truths of life which can really change our life. Is that number 5? I really love this one. You do not need to wait for an apology to forgive. And I don't know about you guys, but I myself and a lot of other people that I've met are, sometimes we deal with anger, and anger is part of us, and we're fixing it. It's not like that's who we are. It's just that sometimes we don't know how to deal with our emotion. So sometimes when we do something wrong, or when somebody else do something wrong to us, we have this culture whereby, okay, we have to wait until they apologize, then I can forgive them. And usually, especially in our culture, is that usually when we apologize, it's for something big. So usually like these little things that we do, these little mistakes that we do to other people, sometimes we tend to not like say sorry about it, because we think that you know what, it's not a big deal, right? But I want to share with you guys that sometimes this is something that I really love, especially from the Western countries. Please and thank you and I'm sorry are part of their daily vocabularies, which I really love those kind of culture. And I think that even in Islam, it teaches us to create that culture. So let's bring that culture back and use it with our family, use it with our spouse, with our children, with our with whoever we meet on a daily basis. Please, thank you, and I'm sorry. Use this on a daily basis. Keep it a habit. I know it's hard at first, but keep on doing it. Okay. All right. So back to this. All right. So we don't really need to wait for an apology to forgive. Because why? Because I want you guys to understand that forgiveness is not for them. It's actually for you. This is something that I learned in anger management. Because I had to learn anger management because I have a lot of people around me who are angry. I want to help them. So I learned anger management, and I found out that whenever we hold on to anger, or whenever we get like jealous, or whenever we get like all this negative emotion because other people are doing that to us, we forgive, not because they are like that, not because we forgive them, but we forgive for ourselves. It's for us. Because why? Because sometimes you're holding all this anger, you're holding all this negative emotion. Other people are not even aware of this emotion, and you're the only one who's feeling it. Because let me tell you something, If you have to explain, or if you have to like atibai, like explain, describe what anger feels like, I know number one, it feels hot, it feels heavy, it feels hot and heavy. These are the two things. And imagine walking around life feeling hot and heavy. That's not a good sensation to feel on your body. So that's why the number one thing, whatever it is, doesn't matter who's done something to you outside there. Maybe you're driving and then they cut you off, or they drive like hell, or they drive like people who don't have licenses, or they treat you bad. Whatever it is, remember that it's not because of you. It's just a reflection of who they are. So you forgive them, not because that's who they are, but you forgive them because it's for you. It's so that you can walk around feeling more joy and more hope and more love and optimism in life. Because why? Because these positive feelings, it makes you feel light. It makes you feel easy. It makes you feel like you're breezing throughout life. And those sort of emotions, those sort of sensation is what we're after. We don't want to feel hot and heavy. We want to feel light and breezy. All right. So that's number 5. You don't need to wait for an apology to forgive. Just forgive, not for them, but for you, because you matter. Okay. So let's move on into number 6. So the number 6 fundamental truth of life, which can really change our life, is that you are living the life that you have created. One thing that I know from all of our students that we've taught, for the past 16 years, is that every life that you guys are living is a creation of your thought, is a creation of your feeling, and is a creation of the actions that you take. Guys, you are living a life whereby you have created that life for yourself. If you're living a life whereby you kind of go like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your life? Ask yourself that. Like 10 is like, I'm super awesome, I'm happy, I'm lovable, it's like I'm really enjoying life. Or 1 is like, I suck and I'm dying. So it's like on those scales, where are you on those scales, right? So because the reason why we do this, once we start putting our life on a scale, it kind of gives us a mental picture, kind of like, well, you know what? I'm at 2. I don't want to be at 2. I want to go to number 10. So it gives you clarity. So one thing I want to share with you guys is that, remember, the life that you're living right now is a result of your thought, is a result of your emotions, and is a result of your actions that you've done every single day. If you don't like the life that you're living right now, good news, you have the power to change it. You can change it. You can achieve such an amazing life. All you have to do is just get clarity on how you want to feel every day, how you want to treat other people, what skills that you must have, and how do you want to add value to the world, and most importantly, what is meaningful to you. If you have clarity on this 5, then you will start moving up the scale and you will start living at 10 every single day of your life. Okay, so let me run that back one more time. So what's the 5 things in order for me to have a better life, to bring me from like number 1, number 2, from a sucky life to a really amazing life? Number 1, get clarity on who you need to be. Okay, because sometimes we forget who we need to be. We focus on what we need, what we want to be, but we forget about who we need to be. So that's number 1. And number 2, focus on how you want to treat other people. Because you don't live in this world by yourself. You live with so many people in this world. So how do you want to treat them? Do you want to treat them harshly, or do you want to treat them with the love and respect that they deserve? Because why? Because the more you respect other people, the more you give, how you treat other people is how other people treat you. So that's number 2. Get clarity on that. And number 3, get clarity on the skills that you must develop to achieve all your dreams and your goals. Like on number 4, think about, how do you want to add value to the world? How do you want to help the world? Because you don't live in this world to just, do your morning routine. No, everybody has a purpose, and everybody has to produce something for this world. And that's what it means like to be a part of a society. That's what it means like to be a part of someone who lives in a country. So that's number 4. Like on number 5, the final thing that you need to get clarity on to make sure that you move up the scale to get a 10 life at number 10 is to define what is meaningful to you. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So let's move on into number 7. So number 7 is be responsible and live at cost. So this is something that I learned from NLP when I was learning about NLP, is that sometimes in life, what we tend to do is that we tend to live at the effect. We tend to live by circumstances. We tend to live like, you know what, my life sucked because of this. My life sucked because of that. My life sucked because of this. But the thing is, once we start living life at effect, once we start blaming other people, we don't take responsibility for our life. So when we do that, we always have this what we call victim mentality. We always feel like, oh, I'm like this because of this. I'm like this because, you know, my dad did this, my mom did this, my coworker did this, my spouse did this, my children do this, my friend do this. Let me tell you something. Sometimes in life, you need to take responsibility for your life, because the thing is, we evolve from childhood to adulthood. We do that. We evolve. But sometimes our emotion did not evolve. And sometimes we are adult, but with a childhood emotion. So our emotions, our thought, and our action never grew up together with our body. So I want you guys to really understand, like, yeah. So be responsible for your life, because, you know, like I said just now at number 6, whereby you are living the life that you created. So you are responsible to create the life that you want. So be responsible and live at cost. So how do you live at cost? Is that whatever situation that goes, either good or bad, ask yourself this: how am I at cost in this? Okay, if it's good, like for example, like your children are kind of like, oh, you know what, Dad, I got 5 A's today, I got 4.0 today, Dad. And you kind of go like, wow, that's amazing. So you celebrate your children, and then after you celebrate your children, you kind of go like, how am I at cost in that? What did I do because they got 5? Maybe it was something that a support that you give, or maybe it was like one of those nights whereby you came home tired from your work, but you still help out with your children. Why? Because once you start looking at how am I at cost in all this positive situation in my life, your self-worth increases, your self-love increases. You started seeing value in yourself, because a lot of people out there are forgetting, like, you know, they are valuable, that their life is very valuable. So some people, they tend to forget that, and that's why we do this videos, to kind of remind, you know, ourselves and other people, like, your life means something, and it's valuable to everyone, to the people that you care about, and to the people that care about you. So be responsible and live at cost. And doesn't matter if it's a bad situation, ask yourself, how am I at cost in this? Because why? Because once you start asking yourself, how am I at cost in this situation, in this bad situation, it gives you the power to change it. It kind of gives you the power to like take control of your life. And that's what we want at the end of the day. We want to make sure that we are responsible. We want to make sure that, you know, the life that we want to create is, of course, you know, by the help and the will of God, but also at the same time within our effort, within ourความพยายาม. Okay? All right. So that's number 7. So guys, we're almost done. So there's 3 more to go. So number 8 of the fundamental truth of life, which can really change our life, is to understand that your self-worth must come from you. Because the thing is, a lot of people in this world, what we tend to do is that we tend to find our worthiness, we tend to find our lovability, we tend to find our value in our life from the outside world. What does it mean? It means that sometimes we feel like we're valuable. Baka po raรู้สึก that, you know, เพราะเรามี what คุณค่าพวกเรานี่อยู่กับคนอื่น like our life is like with other people, and kind of like, okay, in order for me to my family to love me, I have to work hard. That's not it. In order for me to feel like I'm successful, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do so many, all these amazing things. So we got that. Alhamdulillah, it's a great start for Thai people who need to practice speaking English. Oh, thank you. All right. You know, I'm really struggling between, you know, translating into Thai. So you know what? I think one of these days I'm gonna get somebody to come and kind of help me saru all the things that I'm teaching in in English. Okay, I think that's something. I'll get one of my staff to do it. But some of my staff, they're a bit camera shy to be, since they're good Muslimah, they don't want to be on camera. so I don't know, maybe I'll put a mask on or something. So understand that your self-worth, it needs to come from you. And how does self-worth comes? By asking yourself, how are you at cause in all these amazing things that have happened in your life? If you say that, well, Dr. Ray, I don't have any amazing things that happen in my life, I say BS, because you're alive. That's number one. That's amazing. How are you still how are you still alive? Like, what have you done to keep yourself alive? Because I know a lot of people are dying and a lot of people are giving up, but you're still here and you haven't given up. So find those reasons, and those reasons are your self-worth. And find it in your accomplishment, find it in your children, find it in your family, find it in your work, because all the amazing things that you're doing in life, sometimes when we go through the motion, sometimes when we are so stuck in the routine, sometimes we are stuck in the chiwit pachamuan, we tend to forget all the amazing things that we've accomplished in our life. So again, make sure you have self-worth. Because why? Because the higher self-worth that you have for yourself, the easier it is to be happy. The easier it is to be happy for other people. Because remember, part of success is, to achieve things for yourself, but also at the same time to be happy for other people's success too. That is pure happiness, pure joy, pure bliss. Okay? All right, great. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Okay, so we're down to number 9 now. So 9 fundamental truths of life which can really change our life. Number 9, live in the moment. Live in the moment. Sometimes in life, I know a lot of parents do this. Even I myself do this sometimes. We're with our kids and they're playing, but we're there with the phone. So we're not engaged in that. So what my challenge to you guys here today is that get engaged back with your life. If this is something that I've learned, and this is something that I really want to share with you guys. Guys, if you guys are having problems in your life, if you guys are having challenges in your life, and one of the reasons why you have those problems is because you never engage with that part of your life. If you're having problem with your family, you weren't engaged with your family. If you're having problem with your spouse, you weren't engaged with your spouse. If you're having problem with your studies, if you think like, I'm not smart, no, you are smart, but it's just that you're not engaged with your studies. If you say that, you know what, Dr. Ray, I've been trying to learn English for 16 years. Dr. Ray Chan, like รียนภาษาอังกฤษ16 ปีแล้ว like ก็พูดไม่เป็นแค่อะไรขึ้น Dr. Ray, because you're not engaged with ภาษาอังกฤษ. That's the reason why. So we all have dreams. We all have goals in our life. And sometimes one of the reasons why we don't achieve those goals is because we're not engaged in them. We're not in them. We're not living in them. We're not living in the moment. What do? We live in someone else's moment. We live in the future, or the worst, we live in the past. Hi, Tuan. Oh, nice to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. I missed you so much. I hope everything's going well with you. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the number 10 fundamental truth of life which can change your life is life is short. Guys, life is too short. I've had my children. I got married at a very young age. One of the reasons why I got married at a very young age is because I met a girl. I loved her. I liked her. And I knew that this is the girl that I'm going to make a wife. So why wait up until I'm 30 to get married? I'm like, why wait? Do it now. So by the time we are 24, we have our first child. And then 25, second child. And, alhamdulillah, right now we've got 4 children. But they're growing up so fast. And, one of my daughter is becoming a teenager now. And she's like watching all this, girls on YouTube. And she's like, I want to dye my hair purple and green. And sometimes I'm like, oh, please don't be in a rush to grow up. Like, what happened to my Amelina? What happened to my Arisa? What happened to my little princesses? They're teenagers now. and they want to achieve, they want to do all these amazing things in their life. You know what? I'm happy for it. I'm really am. But sometimes when we get caught up in all of the things that we have to do, sometimes we tend to miss on a lot of things. So guys, life is really short. Time passes like a hurricane, like water. It doesn't stop. Time does not stop for anyone. It keeps on going. So please do not waste your time. Please, if you have a dream, take your dream to that next level today. If your dream is to learn English, or if your dream is to be a motivational speaker, if your dream is to be a doctor, start today, not tomorrow, not 10 years from now. Start today. Start right now. After we finish it, start it. So that's one of the reasons why we decided, because I know that the number one dream for a lot of people in Thailand isจะไปอังกฤษ. That's the number one dream that everybody in Thailand wants to go, because they want to see the architecture, they want to see the culture, because they want to live that. And that's why Ajahn Akima and I, we've decided that one of the best way to help our students is to create a program to bring our students to the UK for 2 weeks. Guys, the number one ปัญหาทำไมคนไทยไม่ไปประเทศอังกฤษใช่ไหมครับ? The number one reason why a lot of people don't go to England is because of the visa. Because บางครั้งพวกเราไม่มี 300,000 400,000 อยู่ในธนาคารเฉยๆ that we can like สมัครจะใช้เกี่ยวกับ bank statement นี้จะไปเกี่ยวกับวีซ่าพวกเรา. Sometimes we don't have that, but we have some money that we can go. So that's why we created this program, because this program พวกเราไม่ต้องจ่าย bank statement จะไปอังกฤษ. พวกเรามี 70,000 บาท. I think everybody has 70,000 บาท. like ทำงาน2 3 4 5 เดือนเก็บเงินได้แล้วอินชาอัลลอฮ์ได้แล้ว. And if you keep those money, man, you can go. And that's why we created this for you guys. Okay, so guys, if you feel like because life is too short to quit on your English dream, life is too short to not explore the world, life is too short to not achieve your dream. So take a moment and really evaluate your life and really take your life to that next level. Guys, if you guys are interested in learning more about the 10 fundamentals of life, how to have a better mindset, how to have better opportunities, more opportunities in life. How do I grow every day? Like, how do I grow from my mindset to my attitude, to my habits, to my dream? Like, what are to grow towards our dream, young right? I highly recommend you guys come and join us. Because why? Because we created this program for 6 months to really change your whole life. So you get both. ไม่ใช่แค่กับเรียนภาษาอังกฤษอย่างเดียว but you also get to improve your life. You get to improve your mindset, your attitude, and your habits. And I think that's amazing. Because why? Because sometimes เวลาพวกเราจะเรียนเกี่ยวกับพัฒนาศักยภาพใช่ไหมครับ? พัฒนาศักยภาพนี้ไม่ถูกนะ It's not cheap. Sometimes it's แพงมาก. Sometimes like 70,000 บาท 100,000 บาท to เรียนจะแก้ไขชีวิตพวกเรา. So we decided to help our students so that once you have good English and you have great mindset, you can achieve so much more in your life. That's why we created this. That's why we created this live video to help all of our students outside there who wants to take their life to the next level. Because why? Because once you start achieving more in your life, you will live a more joyful life, a more loving life, and a more optimistic life. So guys, thank you so much for being here with us. So if you are interested to go to the UK, there's a link over here that I put inside the description. Just click on that. Get some common. Maybe you're not ready to go this year, but maybe next year. But whatever it is, in this life, you need to go to Ankit at least once in your lifetime. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate each and every one of you for staying here. We've been here for almost 50 minutes. So if you're watching this from minute 1 to now, I just want to say thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for supporting us. So with that, guys, thank you everyone, and I will see you guys next Sunday on a different topic. So with that, that's Mindset Training with Dr. Ray on Sunday. 10 fundamental truths that will change your life. So assalamualaikum, sawadee krap, and I'll see you. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.